This story begs the question, do you really need all that stuff? And now for my Dark Matters collection, I present to you Shop Till You Drop, Then Buy Till You Die. Shirley Thompson was consumed with acquiring things. She was the ultimate consumer of material products. Clothing, shoes, handbags, indoor and outdoor furniture, lamps, gym equipment, sculptures, paintings, knickknacks, doodads, decorations, bed stuff, bath stuff, and beyond stuff. And everything you can imagine for Cinnamon, her pampered 3-year-old best-in-breed champion Chow Chow. But those doggy purchases didn't begin to compare with the high-end English horse tack she lavished on her pair of Dutch warm bloods and her exclusive collection of fine riding apparel she needed to show them. Shopping was fun, but buying was better. Tired of the big malls and stores and specialty shops, she spent most of her time buying from home. The world of online purchasing was close to limitless for serial shoppers like Shirley. Not a day went by that a delivery truck or van didn't pull into the driveway of her posh and very well-appointed home in her gated community. She was on a first-name basis with all the drivers and tipped them well during the holidays. The joy she got from opening those boxes was unmatched by anything else in her life. Her husband Benjamin more than tolerated the endless string of purchases. Happy wife, happy life was his mantra. Since money was not an issue for the wealthy couple, Shirley's mantra was, I can't take it with me. Unfortunately, no one bothered to tell her that she couldn't take all that stuff with her either. Her best friend Norma once urged her to think about putting some of their wealth into a charity instead of more stuff, more boxes, more waste, to think about others less fortunate. Shirley laughed at the thought. Less fortunate? Why, Norma, my dear. Benjamin has worked very hard to invest the fortune he inherited. Besides, I like to think of myself as a special type of charity. I'm proud to be a material girl. When Norma suggested that admitting her greediness might be inviting bad karma, Shirley laughed again. Bad karma? Seriously, Norma? I never did believe in that silly stuff. On some days, the number of boxes delivered was overwhelming and unsightly. So Shirley did what she does best. She bought something. Before long, a custom-built teak storage shed, the type intended for lawn and garden equipment, was delivered. It looked a little out of place in a gated community where everyone had weekly landscaping and gardening services. Shirley loved the convenience of her beautiful new delivery shed and didn't care what her neighbors thought. It was 10 by 10, just the right size to hold the largest delivery of boxes on any given day. Opening the shed in the early morning added to the thrill of the buy, never quite sure what new thing would be waiting for her. It was a quiet September morning when Shirley opened the shed to find just a single item in the center of the floor. It was a large crate, big enough to fit a good-sized refrigerator. The dozens of holes reminded her of the containers used to ship live animals. It was an unexpected delivery that, for good reason, she did not recognize. As she stretched high up on her tippy toes looking for an identifying label, the shed door suddenly closed behind her. Surrounded in darkness, the smell of rotting flesh rode a wave of hot breath from behind. By the time it reached her, it was too late. Moments later, an 8-wheeler cargo truck pulled into the Thompsons' driveway. Black lettering stood out against the cherry red side panel. It read, Nethers Worldwide Shipping. The truck parked with the engine running, and 2 very enormous delivery men emerged from the cab. If anyone had seen them, they would have sworn they were looking at 2 orcs, straight from the mountains of Middle-earth. They lifted the crate from the shed, loading it onto their truck with ease, despite the hefty live weight moving inside it. The brute of a man riding shotgun returned to the shed with a portable power washer. There was a light red tinge to the water as it drained off the concrete floor and seeped into Shirley's well-manicured lawn. He picked up a fleshy morsel that they had apparently overlooked and stuffed it into his shirt pocket, thinking that it would make a nice treat on the long ride back. As he lowered the cargo truck's roll-down door, they could hear the thing inside the crate slurping, snorting, and belching with delight. As the truck pulled away, the driver grunted and growled in a barely intelligible dialect.
Well, that lady sure had it coming to her. It's a shame she never learned that the best things in life aren't things.
The creature riding shotgun nodded his enormous disfigured head in agreement.
Yes, like the boss always tells us, their world is a better place every time people like Shirley get consumed by our thing.
Thanks for listening.